Welcome back to Girl Talk. Like I said in the last segment, I'm taking a little field trip visiting Main Street Youth Theater and Peggy Trecker-White, who is the director of our upcoming production called Into the Woods. We open October 13th. So excited to be working with you, and it's a great production, a little bit different from Main Street Youth Theater, my first show with them. And it is, one of the things that makes it different is there are some old folks
in it.
Yes, we've got some adults in it.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about that decision,
Sure.
and then also a little bit more about the show.
Okay, great. Main Street Youth Theater, obviously, a theater for youth, but not just youth. I mean, I think some of the shows are geared towards kids watching, but they definitely want to make sure that the community knows that it is a community theater. And so it was important to me with this show that we cast age appropriate for the role, so that the baker's wife, for instance, is a woman in her 40s rather than a girl who's 12 and wearing white makeup or what have you. And I think it's important for kids to play all different roles, but it was also really important that we let the community know that this is, by and large, for everyone, not just for kids.
Being that this is a Sondheim musical too, and an ambitious project, shall we say, I think that's another reason why it's important to have maybe some folks with a little bit more experience. Or
absolutely. The music is challenging, to say the least. It's beautiful, amazing music that you could just continue to study lyric progressions if you wanted to. I mean, it's a really a great education.
Yeah.
But that being said, just going to see this show, a lot of that will probably just fly past you, and the comedy of the characters coming in and out of, is what you'll grab onto. So, but that being said, we do need people that have a lot of musical ability and aren't just maybe at the learning stages.
It's really nice to mix it up too, because the older ones learn from the younger ones and vice versa. So it's been a fun experience thus far. We've got a lot of work ahead. We open next week, so we're going to be ready for you though. Let's talk a little bit about your vision with the show and how it's a little bit different and what people can expect as far as the visual aspect of it.
Sure. Okay. Because we are under a particular budget, as every theater is, I didn't think that we could create the picture of these woods literally, and it's not my favorite aesthetic anyways to do things like straight on traditional. So in speaking with the set designer, I thought, well, how can we go outside the box and create our woods, but in a way that fits in our budget and also is really creative and visually exciting. Right. So we definitely took the route of, rather than 5 fake bad trees, let's create the woods out of something completely different. And what ended up happening is that we came in contact with Caroline Nobles, who runs Madhouse Vintage in Old Town Bluffton.
Hence the vintage look that you're sporting
today. Hence the vintage look,
yes.
This is my own, but I hope that Carolyn would be proud of my dress. This is hers, and we are calling up the vintage 60s sort of Mad Men look of this piece. That it was one of the defining factors, and it's interesting how you come about a process. So I click into that, and then everything else kind of fell into place. So it won't be fairy tale look, but I think we still get all of the essence of those characters.
That's great. Let's talk about the characters and a little bit more about what the show is about.
Sure. So we have all these storybook characters: Cinderella, Jack and the Beanstalk, Little Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, and then within the Rapunzel story, the baker and his wife who are desperately wanting a child, and then the witch comes into play. Debbie Court, the fabulous witch, who raps, by the way. If you go to see the show just for her rap, it's worth it.
Scary.
And then all their stories interconnect, and it's about what they want, and then going about getting what they want, and then the aftermath of getting what you want. Careful what you wish for.
After the happily ever after.
Exactly.
So it's a great production. It's going to be at the VPAC here on Hilton Head, October 13th through the 23rd.
Yes, and ticket prices are
Yes,
a big deal.
Main Street Youth Theater has reduced their ticket prices. How about that?
Hello.
Special
Yes.
commemorative pricing, because this is their 14th year. So special anniversary prices, $14 for adults and $6 for students,
Yep.
which is great. So there's no reason why you shouldn't come check out Into the Woods. There's a lot that you can take away from it. It's going to be beautifully presented.
It's funny.
It's funny. It's got a little heart. It's got some drama.
And it has amazing singers, I think.
Some, not me, but there are some others
No,
that are. I
please.
mean,
Yeah.
it is really a beautifully presented work of Stephen Sondheim, and again, it's a really nice showcase for a lot of our local talent, because we are blessed.
Absolutely.
In this area
There's
to
a
have
ton
a
of
lot
talent
people.
out here, and I'm just incredibly lucky that they're all coming together and working under this project.
And we
for
want to
me.
give a little shout out too to Tim Reynolds and Janice Creech, because
Yes.
they have been instrumental, no pun intended, with their musical direction in helping us get all of this crazy stuff pulled together.
We could not do this production without the two of them. They're amazing, and I'm so grateful.
So check it out. Main Street Youth Theater is msyt.org. You can get your tickets online or give them a call. And again, special prices, $14 for adults, $6 for students. Peggy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Reserve your tickets, and we'll be right back. We've got more coming up here on Girl Talk from Island Tire. Stay with us. Girl Talk is brought to you by J. Banks Design, The Greenery, Stoneworks, and Custom Audio Video, and by Island Tire and Automotive Services. Please support these businesses who make our program possible.